This is really impressive.
Oh, what? It was.
You have to be real,
It was
bro.
a good performance. You said they were phenomenal. They weren't phenomenal. Like,
So what have you
talking
seen
about?
from this game? What have you seen?
It was a pretty even game up until that goal. You can't say anyone really dominated
Do you
anyone.
know what City do to teams though?
Nullifying a team is something that will often go unnoticed.
Yeah, so all they've been better at
Nullifying
is
a
the
team.
press. That's it.
Well,
That's just the press.
I think in relation to the midfield
be
battle,
right.
which I
You've
think
got
has
to
been
be
is a key to this, is Declan Rice for me.
He's been in point.
It's been a huge
And
difference.
Odegaard has been wicked.
And the funny thing was, is one of the reasons that City didn't sign Declan Rice is they couldn't
he's
justify
good.
it
He's good.
because they were like, ultimately, Rodri is going to be starting. But in this game, without Rodri, Declan Rice has been...
Bro, they got a slice of luck, man. Like, it was 0-0. It looked like a stalemate, and then Ake scores her own goal.
But arguably, Kovacic should have been sent off and they should be
be a
playing
hater.
45 minutes with 10 men.
Arguably. They've had bare luck this season, bro. That Declan Rice last minute one against you, deflection.
Yeah.
Bare deflected last minute goal.
Come on, though. We did need this. As Brian says, we need a title race. We need the Premier League to be
I didn't
exciting.
want
It
this.
can't be a Farmers League anymore. We need
yeah, that's
something
fine.
to
I'm a
happen.
Spurs fan. I don't want to see Arsenal win a title ever.
So Arsenal are serious title contenders then. Serious.
Even
Now-
with Havertz. This
Wait,
puts
no.
Man City with 2 defeats, by the way, which is the same as Villa
Back to
and
back.
Brighton.
3
Zero.
defeats in 4 games. You include cup competitions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Rodri's that big of a player for them.
Yeah.
Shows me how big of a player he is for them.
Listen, we lost 12 players, so they should be able to deal with one player being out. Don't want to hear that crap.
In this team right now, you can very much see Rodri and De Bruyne ain't there, and also to an extent, maybe Grealish. They got a bit more depth there.
If I just to give these lot credit, yeah, what they bought off the bench was quite impressive.
Yeah, I'm worried.
Kovacic and Lewis started in centre midfield. And
That wasn't good. That's not good enough.
It's not good enough for a backup for Rodri. But when you look at who they brought on in Nunez, Doku, and Stones, we're quite impressed by Doku. But like Stones and Nunez, it's not like, wow, this is going to change the game. Whereas with Arsenal, all right, we all have a pop at Havertz, but Havertz came on, Tomiyasu, Martinelli, Partey. You'd actually go, Arsenal had the better subs.
Solid, that's what I'm saying.
Like, that's the first time in a long time where City bring on subs that aren't as good as the opposition. Like, I don't know if I can ever remember that.
But there were other subs that he didn't use. Like Grealish didn't even touch the field, which was weird.
He's coming back from an injury.
Right, okay. There's not a lot of City subs where you're like, this is going to come on and tear it up, aside from Grealish. So maybe there is more vulnerabilities without De Bruyne and Rodri.
I think this is one of the first seasons that you look at City and you go, their depth of squad isn't there as much.
But I said that. I remember saying that in the summer, and I went, you've let Gundogan go, and you've let
Mahrez
go. Gundogan and Mahrez, and I said, and you have not replaced them with clutch players. Today is the best example so far where you go, Gundogan and Mahrez are exactly the type of players who come on and change that or stop you from going that goal down or playing this game even from the start. Gundogan would have done. And what they have isn't as good as that. And I said that.
The other day, I was actually looking at squad sizes for the Premier League teams. I was looking, Man United had about 31 players in there. Chelsea had obviously 32, 33. City had 24 players. And that's by modern day Premier League standard. That's a small squad.
But
and then when you look...
Pep wants that. Pep has actively said, I want a small squad, I want players that want to be here, and I want to build that like togetherness there. And he's made a conscious choice, so that's his fault. It's not like the board are going, we're not going to sign players. They can sign players.
I think we all know that.
They can bloody sign players.
But let's have some parliamentary proceedings right now and remember that we are talking about Man City that like a little bit of a challenge for themselves. It's you lot are doing your thing.
Do you not think that might be getting cocky though? Like if you think about it, how many titles have they won in a row? 3 in a row, and 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
you do things, and we even seen Sir Alex Ferguson do things like letting Yap Stam go in the peak of their powers, where sometimes you go, you're getting a bit too overconfident here.
Yeah,
and let's not act like Arsenal didn't push them to the wire last season, because aside from the last few games, it was close.
In terms of what I saw from them today, I thought they lacked a bit of creativity. I didn't think they was massively creative, Man City.
Bailey was in the game, right?
He wasn't.
I'm just going to say it could have done with Cole Palmer in there. No, but they could have seriously done with a couple of players that were more creative, and maybe having De Bruyne and maybe having Rodri back in there allows the other players to take on less of that responsibility and then be more creative. But I didn't see them create anything massively clear cut.
I think
today.
Arsenal wanted it more though. Honestly, that was where it came down to. There was a team fighting, and they went up another level. We went here, and when they changed it in the second half, they went up another gear that we couldn't live with.
I wouldn't have taken Julian Alvarez off when he did.
He's been good.
You need a goal. It's 0-0. Why would you do that? That's one less
Phil
threat.
Foden did very little.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing also though? So, Craig, when you're watching that, and you're thinking Tottenham towards the end of that match with Arsenal looked the more likely team to go on and win it, whatever you think of it, 2-2 draw, and then you've just seen what Arsenal have done to the champions. Does that not give you a bit of weight to think, okay, we're going to be right up there or thereabouts?
He's never going to say it. He's never going to say it. But he should say it. He should say it.
Why did I say it after 8 games? Because it's 8 games.
Chelsea have just won 2 games in a row.
After 8 games.
Because the stats say that after 8 games in the season, at the same points Spurs have, 11 out of 28 teams in that position have won the title.
Yes. Do you know why you're not going to draw me out? Let me explain to you why you're not going to draw me out. I'm a grown man. This is why you're not going to draw me out, yeah? Just a couple weeks ago, everyone said Man City are a juggernaut. They're running. They lose 2 games on the spin, and now look. Now everyone's saying, oh, Arsenal and Liverpool, and now Tottenham have got
to do with Spurs?
Because Tottenham could lose their next 2 games, and then you're going to be like, oh, you said you were title contenders. You're not drawing me out.
So you're saying you don't want to talk about the title?
If we get to Christmas and Tottenham is still right up there,
bro, you're unbeaten.
Then we can have that conversation.
Bro, you're unbeaten.
I know we're the best in the league right now.
Same guy who was breakdancing on this table about a week ago.
You're unbeaten, bro.
Listen, we're the best in the league right now.
That's right.
But there's a long way to go, man. There's 30 games left.
Gundogan and Mahrez was a huge mistake. You should not have let them go without having guaranteed match winners in their place. And I think Pep Guardiola in January might need to go out there and
Are they going to win the league, Brian?
I think this is the best chance we're going to get.
As long as Pep Guardiola is there, he will win. You just don't learn. Write him off at your own peril.
I'm backing
Do
Spurs.
it. I don't
Everyone here backing Spurs.
We're backing Spurs.
This is funny to me.
Come on, Spurs.
You're not getting that.
I'm not saying that.
Pep Guardiola is the greatest manager of all time. I don't know what it takes.
Come on, Spurs.
No one's giving him his props. He's like Drake. City are capable of putting like an 18 to 20 game run together. They're capable of that.
Really?
They're the only team that's capable
This begs
of that.
the question, Ten Hag really should have come good this season.
Yeah.
This was really the chance, wasn't it?